we're choosing what we want. If you want a traditional wife, be a traditional man. Shikena. You cannot tell me that, because women are now exposed because they are making their own money. That's okay, because now I know my worth. And if you're doing nonsense, I should not leave, I should stay with you, Abby. I don't understand what you guys are saying. You want a traditional woman that will stay at home, cook in the morning, cook in the afternoon, cook in the night. Be a traditional man, be the one providing for her. But then you will go to work, your wife will go to work in the morning. You guys will now come home. You will now be scratching your hair. Babe, what do we want to eat? You better enter that kitchen. Okay. I beg.
Okay, so this is a very serious issue, so I think I'll be holding my mic. This whole problem didn't start today. Okay, this whole issue didn't start today. It all began way back. Okay, right now it's as if a generation is confused. It's as if right now a generation is confused as to what to do in marriage. So people get married and the lady is confused. What am I supposed to do? You know, she's fighting for her rights. The guy is married to the lady he loves, but then there are issues because he doesn't know what to do to be a man in his own home. So the definition or the drawing line for becoming a man in this 21st century is gradually blurring up. Okay, ladies don't know where to stop and be a lady. The man don't actually know where to man up and be a man. So now the roles now is actually conflicting. Now let's take us back to history a little bit. This whole change and this is beyond feminism. Okay, this is beyond feminism. This whole change and transformation began a long time ago in the, let's just say, 1970s, 70 years back. Let's just say 70 years back. A man will marry a woman and then she will sit at home and take care of the kids. She doesn't go to work. She depended on him for food, for sustenance, for money. She didn't do anything. All she just did was sit at home, take care of the kids, take care of her husband, cook for him, have sex with him, bear the children, raise them, while the man goes out there to work. Okay, roles were defined. In fact, once you just say you're getting married as a lady, that is why even our parents even prepare us. You see, parents at that time, they prepare their children for marriage. Is this how you're going to be sweeping in your husband's house? You get to hear corrections like that. Is this what you're going to be? Is this the kind of food you're going to be cooking in your husband's house? Is this how you're going to be sweeping when you get to your husband's house? So all the parents do is to prepare the ladies for marriage, prepare the ladies to serve the man, prepare the ladies to serve their husbands. That is what they do. So, and ladies were very, very satisfied with these kinds of conditions. Okay, there was nothing like ladies don't work in factories because there were factories then. And if it was in our African context, you see that the man has a very large farmland where the woman gets to give him 10 sons so that he can take the 10 sons to the farm. So then she takes care of the home. If she has one girl, one female child, two female children, she gets to sit with them at home. They cook, they prepare for the boys to go out and come back. Sometimes the man becomes an hunter. He goes to hunt, bring in this is how the roles were clear. The roles were clear. The woman will sit at home, take care of the home front, while the man goes out. So the man, in this context, is just an arrangement. The man doesn't know what love is. Even if he likes the lady and then he marries the lady, the man's love language is that she gives him sex. The man's love is not emotional. It's not this one we say emotionally intelligent. This is woke view. So the man's love language is that she gives him sex, she cooks, she washes his clothes, she takes care of the children, she takes care of the family, she gives birth to children for him. All right, these roles were clearly stated. Okay, these roles were clearly stated. It's not like these days the man expects you where lots of pressure have been put upon the woman that you get to be expected to be excellent at your workplace because you have to compete with not just your mate. There are guys there that are gurus and they have all the time to themselves, and you have to go out there with the limited time you have, with the limited kind of resources you have, with all the responsibility that is on you. You have to go out there, struggle to make it up to the top ladder in the society, and then you still have to come back home. The man still expects you to cook, the man still expects you to clean, he still expects you to mop, he still expects you. Like, the society have so much expectation of women that it pressures them. So that is why you see that when some ladies talk, they begin to shout, because this frustration is eating. See, this frustration is eating ladies up. All right, so these roles, okay, the man now is not just about going to work anymore. The economic situation of the country is not even helping matters, because the man gets to go out to work. He doesn't expect his wife. Most men don't expect their wife to sit down and not work. They will say, add value to yourself so that you can contribute. What are you bringing to the table? That is what men will ask you these days. That's why when you even look at some ministers, if you go to the profile of their wives, you will see high profile women. They don't just marry. You will see them, they'll say, invest in yourself. Oh, lady, invest in yourself. High profile women, that's what they go for. They go for ladies that have built themselves, established themselves, not all those ladies that are still upcoming or coming up or still struggling. No, most men now, they want ladies that are high up there, so that at least you are bringing something to the table. You're not coming to be dependent. That is the ideology that the economic situation has crafted in the minds, and it's nobody's fault. That is a problem. It is nobody's fault. Now, how do we manage? What is now the tricky situation is, what is now the drawing line? How do we draw the lines between these roles? What do we do about the roles? Because the woman is just one person, all right? It's just one person. She has to work the same work, put in the same work the man does. And then when they come back home, the man gets to relax. Okay, go to the kitchen and cook, because that's your role. So she gets to go to the kitchen, cook her food, cook the food, bring it in for the family, and then takes care of the children, do their assignments, bathe them, feed them, clothe them, nurture them to sleep. And the man still wants 360-degree kind of sex, like unbeatable. He has what he wants, and you have to position yourself to do what he wants so that he can be happy to go to work tomorrow. And then when the bills still come, you still have to split the bills. Okay, that is what you're bringing into the table. So women at this point in time feel cheated. They feel cheated that the guy is busy cruising, enjoying his life, while some of them, they even get old on time. It's just all about the makeup. They should go and wash their face, you will see it. And then the childbearing also affects her physique. So how can we balance these things now? And the men are busy screaming, women, you're not becoming submissive anymore, because now you earn. In fact, you even earn more than me. So you're not becoming submissive. And if you don't know how to be submissive and respectful to me, I will hit you, because that is where I am stronger than you. Since I don't know how to be a man in my house, at least I have a fist. Let me use it. Okay, so now, where these lines are blurry and the women begin to scream out, I cannot stay in a marriage where there is domestic violence, and then I do all of those roles, and you should expect me to keep quiet if I'm not comfortable. Everybody is fighting and competing and trying to find their voice. So how do we balance this situation? What do? We go back to the manufacturer's manual. Who invented marriage in the first place? God. We humans came and met marriage. So let's go back and solve the problem. Okay? Who's with me on this one? This is sounding interesting. The roles actually define the purposes in marriage. Okay? The roles. The purpose of a woman then, like I said, the purpose of a woman then was to give birth to children, raise them, cook for the man, clean for him, take care of him, have sex with him. Alright? These whole roles had been like that for decades. It hadn't changed. Nothing changed it. Okay, the man too had to go out there, make some money. Making money then was very, very difficult. It was very, very hard. It's not like now you can sit down in your house, okay, not even step out, and then you're making millions of naira. It's not like that then. Working hard, you have to work physically, use your muscles, okay, to work before you can be able to earn a living. So the man had to go out there, do the hard work. So the woman respected the man for doing hard work to provide for the family, to take care of them. So that is why you see that our mothers in the 70s, 50s, that got married in the 70s, 50s, You see, they were very, very comfortable with a man that hits them, with a man that beats them, because they had nowhere to go. They are not doing any business. They just, all they had to do was no income. The man, down to the underwear that she was wearing, the man was providing. So she had nowhere to go. She had no one to turn to. Even if she should go back to her parents' house, they'll be like, "Ah, don't disgrace the name of our family. Please go back to your husband." And she had to go back there because the man was her life. And the man too, there was no divorce cases, oh, despite the abuses in marriage. The man too was okay with the whole arrangement. In fact, he's even surprised if the woman even says, "I want to go to my parents' house." How? I paid for this. You're supposed to stay here and play. So it's a strange thing to want divorce. Because the woman divorces the man, he takes the children, and she goes back empty. In fact, she will lose her mind, lose her essence, lose her purpose, lose everything that has to do with her if she ever contemplates for a divorce. While the man, he would feel like, how will I take care of the children? How will I? He knows he's going to lose almost everything if he allows that divorce to happen. Okay, how is he going to take care of the children? How is he going to raise them and go to work? All these things are strange to him. And who is going to satisfy his sexual urge? That's the only way he finds pleasure. So how would he do that? So now we have a problem to solve. You know, in the World War II, men were now taking. Now we have all of this, okay? So when the World War II came, men were now taken to the war front. They came, they packed all our boys, even during Biafra War, they came, packed all our boys, all our men, took them to war, and took them out for war. People, industrial revolution and all of that. So all of that now happened. And when the men went out for all these wars, and the women found out that, okay, since our men are no longer around, who is going to take care of us? Who's going to take care of the kids? So all of them now went out to go and work. Some of them started tilling the ground. Some of them started developing skills, developing energies. They could weave baskets. They could do things. So before you know, they started making money. Some of them even started going to school, especially after Biafra War. Education was now cheap, easy, accessible. They started going to school, learning trades, engaging in various kinds of businesses, professions. And then when the men started getting themselves back, women had already gone far. All right, so it was no longer about, if you ask, if you now want to woo a woman, okay, I'll provide for you. I can provide for myself. I own millions. Okay, all right, okay, I'll build a house for you. I already have one. At least I have one. I have a roof over my head and I pay my bills. So, okay, I just want you to be a man. I just want you to be a man. The man is confused. How do I be a man to you? When you can pay your bills, you have your car, you have your house, you're beautiful, you're successful, you're thriving. How do I be a man then? So that is why they prefer, most men, that's why they categorize them as traditional men. Most men prefer their women not to work so that they can be the man. But then roles, your role in the family is not purpose. I repeat, playing your role in your family is not your purpose. That woman cooks and do all of that, that is not purpose. That the man provides, it's not purpose. Over the years, men have had distorted images in their minds about women. Some men feel that a woman is just good for the bed, for sex. That is what she is meant for. Other men feel a woman is good for slavery. That is what she's meant for. She's meant to serve me. Other men feel a woman is just meant to, I'm just getting married because I want kids. I can get sex anywhere. So that is what. And some men feel a woman is weak. She has little or nothing to bring to the table. That is their mindset about women. Why some men feel a woman is dumb, a woman can never be intelligent. That is why despite your PhD, they will not promote you in your place of work. Yes, even in churches, they feel a woman should not lead a congregation. A woman should not pastor. A woman should not. Some men, they can't sit under a woman that preaches, no matter how anointed she is. Because they feel, I can't do that. I can't do that. She's just a woman. So they consider her an object for their pleasure, for their gratification. So that's the mindset most men have about women. Just a few men have a healthy mindset towards women. So this is what this post is meant to correct. We're going to do all of that today. In essence, a woman is a reflector. She's an incubator. This is who you are, young lady. You're a reflector. You're an incubator. The man is the seed carrier. That is why he has the sperm. Why the woman is the womb carrier. That's why you have the womb. It's the incubator. That is why you have the womb. The man gives you seeds. You multiply them. You give him a baby. He gives you a house. You give him a home. Peace of mind. Alright? And then that is why most men complain. Okay, you'll be drinking, smoking, frolicking up and down, and then you come, you frustrate the woman's love for you, and then you still expect her to be submissive and keep quiet and be godly, and then you create a very bitter woman. See, if you give a woman frustration, she'll give you hell. She's a multiplier. Anything you put into her, she multiplies. Yes, so normally the woman actually depends on the man for the seed. Put in what you want to see. If you want respect, give it. You want to build your home, you want it running, you want submission, you want play your role as the man. Protect her, provide for her, give her direction, give wisdom, support, stand by her. You will see how she will conquer the world and bring it at your feet. It will be like you were the one that made that accomplishment. So these things, roles should not define your marriage. These things are things that if there is enough money, you can even employ people to do them for you. Sweep, clean. You can't tell Okonjo Iweala to leave running or she's running to come and sweep for you just because you are a man. You can get 30 cleaners. Within 5 minutes, your whole house is clean. In fact, if you want them to repaint it, they'll repaint it. She even paid the bills so that you will be happy. Everybody will be happy. So please, the main purpose of marriage is that God's agenda be accomplished. What is the reason? Where is your home heading to? What is the vision? Where there is no vision, the people perish. What is the vision? And as for you, young lady, just because you earn 6 figures doesn't mean your head will be spinning and you don't get to be submissive to that man. No matter what you're earning, he has that right to demand submission. And a man should not even demand it. You should know your role. You should know yourself. You should know what to do. You should be wise. A wise woman builds her home. A foolish one destroys it. So know, study that man. Know him. Know his triggers. Alright, I think for now, a word is enough for the wise. I would say do what works for you, but then I would still say it is better to follow the manual. Man, protect her, provide for her, nurture her, be that father that she needs. When she's going out of her father's house, it expects that the Bible didn't say for a woman shall leave her father and her mother and cleave to her husband. No. It is because you are now the new father that she's going to cleave to. You are now the new father she's going to meet. It is from one father to another father. So you are taking responsibility of fatherhood for her. Once you father her, that is why sometimes when you see couples that are 50 years in marriage, the woman begins to call the man daddy. Yeah, it comes naturally. So father her, and then you will see her. She will submit like a daughter. She will submit. Play your role right. Do what you're supposed to do as a man. It is in your character that your home is built. Dear lady, it is in your character that your home is built. Not roles. Not roles. Not roles. Let me know what you think. If this has blessed you, hit like, share. This generation needs to hear this.